Okay, since we're live, and we'll give it just a few moments to connect either on the Facebook side. Oh, it's Monday. Can you believe it already? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I caught a little bit of the Super Bowl last night.
Yeah, that was a crazy. I mean, they tried. Poor Kansas City, man. Because obviously Tampa Bay Buccaneers won, which was a shock to everyone. They're like, oh, Brady's going to Florida, sure, whatever. And he takes them all the way to the Super Bowl, which is the first time in like maybe ever for them. I don't know. I didn't pay attention that much. And then Kansas City, I mean, they tried so hard. They tried hard, but they obviously did not do well. But they made it there, right? That's more than most teams.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and I was actually just surprised that they were able to even have it, and
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
with everything going on, and it was just interesting to kind of see the cardboard cutouts of people in the
Right.
stands.
I wonder if it was all their families, like all the team members' families, was probably who was in this.
Well, yeah, and I heard you could purchase a cutout.
Oh, there you go. Maybe I should have done that. It would have been an easier way to attend the Super Bowl, right? Cheaper.
Yes, way cheaper.
Well, thank you all for tuning in. You see, we're here chatting this morning for Chips and Chat with the U of A, who has rebranded, so we'll hear about that. And we're talking with Aimee this morning. And Aimee, tell us what chips we're going to be eating today.
So I chose my fave Doritos Cool Ranch.
Those are so good. So when we were talking about the meeting today, she sent me this list of chips, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to eat all of that. Like, do we have to just pick one? Like, this is so good. Like, here's my bag. I'm excited. So, how long have you been with the U of A?
It will be 3 years this August.
That's amazing.
So I'm pretty new for, I mean, there are people that have come after me, but usually people have very long careers when they work for a university.
Right.
So I'm still considered, a newbie.
And what brought you to the U of A?
So I had first worked at another university up in Phoenix, and then I had moved back to Sierra Vista. And I actually lived in Sierra Vista when I was a child. So I did go to school at Fort Huachuca, Smith Middle School, and I did graduate from Buena High School. And not to date myself, but I was supposed to have a reunion in 2020. So, yeah, and so. Yeah, so working for the University of Arizona here in Sierra Vista was actually a really good fit for me because I already knew the community. I see, potential students. I can see myself in them. So yeah, it's been a very enjoyable experience for me.
That is so great. And I also am a Buena graduate, so that's awesome to hear. Right, and it's crazy how Sierra Vista, if you're not here because of the military, then you're here because you were brought back somehow. Like, this area just always calls you back. So it's so nice that you were able to come back and enjoy it. And tell me a little bit more specifically about your position with the U of A.
Sure. I am Student Services Coordinator. And so I am for Cochise County, so that includes our Sierra Vista campus as well as our Douglas campus. And I really describe my job as kind of like someone that wears lots of hats. I tell students and potential students, you're going to keep seeing me. I'm going to keep popping in because I start off doing recruiting and working with potential students and doing outreach things in the community. And then I also help with kind of the onboarding of students when they become admitted. Then I'm also their financial aid coordinator. So they'll come to me when they have questions with that. And I'm also kind of like just an all-around kind of like concierge. Anytime a student needs anything, they just reach out to me and I try to help them as best I can. If I can't, then I definitely try to work with other people, other departments to help them.
That's great to hear. So you do a lot. That's a lot for one role. That's great. So when you say recruiting, are you recruiting for the positions or specifically just for the to enroll in school?
I recruit for enrollment for those that want to become students. So I will go to classrooms at Cochise College and give presentations. I will have a table set up at an event and talk with parents or potential students. So that's, I say recruiting because it's kind of easy for people to understand, but it is not just, you know, recruitment like we've got to get you in. It's more like just letting them know, hey, we're here. A lot of people don't even know the campus is right here in Sierra Vista.
That's awesome. That is so true. People don't. And that's why we do this stuff. So you guys are an actual extension of the main campus out of Tucson, correct?
That is correct. I like to call us a little baby campus.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, because people think, oh, it must not offer the full 4-year degree, right? It must be like 1 or 2 classes because it is so far away from the main campus. But that's not what it is at all.
No, it has programs that are, some of them are exactly the same as the main campus. And then we also have our CAS programs, which those are unique. They're actually created here in Sierra Vista.
Tell me a little bit about those.
Sure. So CAS, for those that don't know, stands for College of Applied Science and Technology. And those are it's a college. So universities will have colleges that have a collection of majors that are housed under them. So the CAS programs are, most of them are technology related. So you have like your cyber operations, you have your intel, you also have early childhood development, you have, I'm drawing a blank, CAS is really known for their cyber program. That's the program that's most popular, that has really grown and kind of put CAS on the map. And so that is one of the colleges that we have here at the Sierra Vista campus. And so that, yeah, it kind of makes us unique that we have those that started here and then they just kind of took off and became extremely popular.
That's awesome. And that makes sense because, I mean, with Fort Huachuca, right, that's going to be a big need for that cybersecurity. So it's great that you can be in this area, go to school in this area, and get a job in this area. And so it kind of all ties together. That's a really awesome here.
Yeah. And then we also have other programs as well. So we do have psychology, and we have our elementary education. And we actually have a really unique pathway that just got created. It's going to start in Sierra Vista in spring 2022. And it's actually being able to work in the classroom and get that hands-on experience, and as you are becoming a certified teacher.
Awesome. That's so cool. So
yeah, and the best part is I was going to say the best part about it too is the tuition is paid for, and you do receive a stipend.
What? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So how do you start with that program?
So for any of our programs, if you're interested, what I would suggest is going to our website, sierravista.arizona.edu. At the top right portion of the screen on every page, there is a request info button. So click that button and fill out what you are interested in learning more about. That way you can get in touch with us. We can contact you. We can also put you on our emailing list so you can get information when there's info sessions, or if you're just wanting to learn a little bit more. So if there's anything I'm talking about and you're like, you know, I kind of want to know a little bit more, that seems interesting, definitely go to that website, sierravista.arizona.edu.
That's awesome. And you mentioned earlier about doing presentations with Cochise College. So are they required to have some college already or an associate's degree to attend this campus?
So our campus is unique in that it's also a transfer campus. This means that we take juniors and seniors. So if you are not a junior yet and you need more college credits, then you can attend Cochise College to get those credits. Or if you are a high school student, then you will know that you will start at Cochise College and do your freshman year, your sophomore year, get your associate's degree. The associate's degree actually is optional. You don't have to have an associate's degree to transfer to us, but I would encourage you to get it just because it's nice to be able to have that to kind of keep you motivated, going to graduation and having that and be able to say, I'm a graduate, and then being able to transfer in and keep going for those next 2 years. So if you're not familiar with the university system, on average, it takes about 4 years for a traditional student full-time. So think about it as half of your time will be Cochise College, the other half will be at the university. And doing this actually is really good financially because a community college is going to cost less than a university, just in general. So you're saving yourself a lot of money by doing it that way. And that's why I tell all the Cochise College students that, you're actually doing a really good a plan for yourself because you are getting your associate's degree here first, and then you can transfer to us. And then also, I can also say that we do have some scholarships. So that's another kind of incentive is to be a transfer student because we do have those special transfer student scholarships that we give out.
That is way cool. So how would they go about getting a scholarship or applying for a scholarship?
Yeah, well, it's so easy because they don't have to do anything extra. It's their application. So when you fill out an application to transfer, on that application, they're going to look to see the credits, see your GPA, because there are some criteria. And based off of that, you may qualify for a scholarship. So that scholarship will just automatically appear when you start. And we also do have a Phi Theta Kappa scholarship. That is the Honor Society at Cochise College. So I always encourage everybody to join. A lot of people get invited to join, but they don't for different reasons. And I just point out like, hey, there is a $5,000 scholarship just for being a member.
That's a lot. Like that goes a long way for school. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get grades.
Oh, you kind of froze. Can you say that again?
Oh yeah, I was thinking of being part of the thing to have grades.
Yeah. So it's definitely worth it to work hard in school. I tell everyone, for $5,000, I can get a high GPA and join Phi Theta Kappa. And so, yeah, it's really just awareness, letting students know that there are opportunities out there.
Yes. So with COVID, a lot of things have changed. And is your campus open if someone wanted to take a tour or maybe talk to a counselor to see what, that transfer plan looks like for them?
Yeah, so if you go to the website and you do the request info, you'll have someone be able to reach out to you and help schedule an appointment with an academic advisor. So that way they can go over your transcript, see if you are a junior, and help create a plan for you. And yeah, because of COVID, the campus isn't really accepting face-to-face appointments, but we do appointments through Zoom and over the phone. So you can work with somebody that way. If you do need to come to campus to maybe drop off a transcript, you can do that as long as you wear a mask.
Oh, okay, great. So masks are required here at the Goodwill too, so it shouldn't be too hard for people to come from us to go see you. So that's awesome. Are they able to transfer to the main campus in Tucson if the program they're interested in is maybe not offered in the Sierra Vista campus?
Oh yeah, the main campus is completely traditional, meaning that they do accept freshmen. So if you are a senior in high school and you want to go straight to main campus, you can. If you're at Cochise College and you're there for a semester and you're like, you know, I want to transfer, you can go straight to the main campus. If you are with us and you started with us, it depends on if that program is at the main campus. So we would probably have you talk with an advisor just to make sure that when you're transferring, it is going to be worth doing. Because by the time you get to us, all your gen eds ideally are done. So you're really just focusing on those core classes.
Oh, I like that. That's really good. And like you mentioned earlier, it's because it's more affordable that way as well.
And the Sierra Vista campus and Douglas campus is less than the main campus.
Oh, do you hear that, everybody? It's the cost of living here is cheaper than Tucson already. And then you're going to get an education that costs less. So, I mean, there's really no reason not to attend the Sierra Vista or Douglas campus.
Yeah, and because it's smaller, you're going to get that support. You're going to have me. And so that way you can just email me and say, hey, I need help with this, or, you know, and I tell everyone that type of support you can't get at main campus. There's just too many students. You know, there isn't going to be a one person that you can just go to for everything.
That is so true. Are you guys getting any transfer students from the Tucson area, being that, you know, we offer cybersecurity here?
Well, there is actually a branch campus distance in our distance network in Tucson. So we have Tucson main campus, but then we also have a campus at Pima Community College. And so students can take like the cyber program at Pima. We call it Pima East. They can take it there. But there have been, I have situations where I talk to main campus students who are from Sierra Vista, didn't know there was a campus here, and they're home for, you know, holidays, and they come talk with me and with their parents. And I'm like, if you want to come here, you can transfer, you can make it happen. And they're so surprised that, you know, we do all the work behind the scenes to get them transferred. They just have to let us know if that's the route they want to go. So it has happened where I've talked to a few students and they've decided, you know, that they wanted to stay here. And when they realize how much money they're going to save if they live at home and tuition and everything. So it works out for some. And then for some, I tell them, you know, you're so close to graduating, you might as well just stay at the main campus.
That makes sense. Wow. And that's so funny that people still don't know. So where exactly in Sierra Vista are you located?
Oh, yeah, we're kind of hidden. So if you're familiar with Cochise College and you know how to get there, it's on Colombo, and it's kind of behind, what is it now, Planet Fitness, kind of going back behind that plaza where Ross is, Hobby Lobby, that whole plaza, like, think of that plaza, then think behind it, you're going to have Cochise College. So you actually have to drive on to Cochise College to find us. So the way I describe it is there is a three-way stop sign at Cochise College. And at that three-way stop, if you go the opposite way that you've ever gone, you're going to drive right into the Sierra Vista campus. There's not a lot of markers, but there are some little signs if you know they're there. But most people, they circle around Cochise not realizing. So I just say the three-way stop, be on the lookout for our campus.
So you were breaking up a little towards the end there. And I've been to the campus, but you're right. You do have to like turn like you're going into Cochise College first and then drive to the end of the parking lot, like where you used to see the outside portables where they had, and then cross over, like you said, that three-way stop, and then you see U of A right there. Can't miss it once you get to the end of Cochise College.
Yeah, if you're coming from
I
was going to say if you're coming from the student union. Most people have been to the student union at Cochise College for even a community event. If you're at that building, I just say look out from the parking lot across the little dirt field, and you'll see our garden, but you also see like little buildings. That's the campus.
That's awesome. And where in Douglas are you guys located?
So we're physically on the Cochise College campus in Douglas. So we're actually in a building on the campus.
That's really nice. So that makes it a lot easier to find because you're going to go to the same place.
Yeah. And you'll already kind of know people just because you've already were there. So yeah, we try to make transferring as easy as possible. Make it more like an extension of the Cochise College experience.
Yeah, so we have our whole Southern Arizona region for Goodwill actually and we talked about having a campus in Tucson for those who are in the area, Pima East, and so they can reach out about transferring there to get, you know, some of the education programs that are offered here in the southern region of the Arizona, the Sierra Vista. And then what, do you have anything in the Casa Grande area, a presence there at all?
Not yet. We do have in our distance network, we call the Near You network, we do have a location in Chandler, and that's up in the Phoenix area, and we also have Gilbert. Yeah, Casa Grande is not yet, but maybe someday. The distance network is also in Nogales and also in Yuma.
All right. So when you say distance network, does that mean like you have campuses, or is it that like your online school can reach that area specifically?
So the distance network is all of the smaller branch campuses, centers that are across the state of Arizona. But the distance network is part of the online as well. So it's one big giant department now. We've recently have kind of merged. But yeah, it's basically making school accessible for whether you are across the state or across the country.
That's awesome. So, okay, let's recap here. So you are the multiple hat wearing outreach person who helps with the enrollment, who's going to do the presentations. You are going to help them with their financial aid. You've mentioned how there are scholarships available for transferring, and the only thing you need to do to help qualify for these scholarships is to just fill out the transfer application. So it's the same process. There's campuses in Douglas, in Sierra Vista, in Pima East. So I think that's incredible that, you know, there's a presence, there's a distance program. So, you know, you can U of A all throughout the state, basically, is what it sounds like. And if you have questions, go directly onto the website and they'll help you with, you know, starting the process or just scheduling someone to meet with a counselor. Is that all correct so far?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you guys are awesome, is what it sounds like. All over here helping our students, you know. How do you guys work at helping them find jobs after they finish their schooling?
So some of the programs are a little bit more, I would say, hands-on, such as, you know, our elementary education. The new pathway program is going to have them actually in the classroom. So they're going to be able to already have those connections for when they do graduate and get their certification. In the past, we've already had, because there's such a shortage of teachers, we had our students get jobs very quickly when in that program. As far as the other programs go, there are potential for internships that they can take as a replacement for another class. And that's something I always encourage, because with an internship, then you are going to get that networking and be able to see what types of jobs are out there. So there is that. There is also just the main campus does offer the the Career Center that can help with such as things like resume writing and interviewing skills. And so it really, I guess, depends on what the students' goals are, and if they are really wanting that help, to really seek it out and to let us know that this is what their plans are.
Awesome. Okay, so do you have student jobs on campus?
Yeah, so the University of Arizona does hire people to work on their campuses. So if you're interested in working for the University of Arizona, there's a website. It is talent.arizona.edu, and that's talent.arizona spelled out .edu. That is for the entire University of Arizona. So you can filter it by location if you want to look into what Sierra Vista is offering. And also, just so everyone knows, is that the campus is made up of different departments. So a lot of people just think it's, faculty and students, but there's a lot of different types of roles that are needed to run a campus. So everything from, technology to facility maintenance, administrative, HR, there's a lot of different parts. So I suggest going to the website first to see what's available, but then also keeping in mind that there are a lot of other departments. So for example, we have CAST. So there's the CAST program. We also have what I was talking about, the Distance Network. They're also housed at the Sierra Vista campus. You also have continuing education. You have cooperative extension. And so these different departments, they may be hiring for different opportunities. And I also wanted to say that for those that are interested in just working in higher education in general, my advice really is to get the degrees if you haven't yet, but also to really get connected with the industry. So there are things such as joining professional organizations, getting involved in events. I always say no one turns down free help. So volunteering, especially when we open back up again, we do have events on campus, and you could ask to, hey, can I help out with this event coming up? I see. There's also the foundations that help support students and help raise money. So you do have the University South Foundation, which is also at our campus. So there's different areas that you can try to reach out to as far as asking for any type of volunteer work that you could do, or you could express, some interest in wanting to be more connected. One thing about the Sierra Vista campus is that we are very community centric. And so, if you're really involved in this community already and you really care about students and their education, I'm sure anyone would be happy to sit down and talk with you. So I do think that, getting a job, I know it's tough and I know it can be really stressful, and you could go to the website and say there's nothing there, I don't see anything, and feel like that's the end. But letting you know that there are sort of these little side kind of ways of getting a job. And even if it's not necessarily with the University of Arizona, maybe there is other things that are connected with higher education. There's a lot of other organizations and corporations that support higher ed. As before, the foundations, you've got Cochise College has a foundation, University South Foundation, there is the Arizona Community Foundation. So those foundations, they support students and help them get scholarships. So that's another kind of way to look at how can I be part of higher education. And so, but yeah, I would say if that's something that you're really passionate about, definitely don't let not seeing seeing job openings discourage you.
That is so incredible. I'm so glad you brought up all that information, because here at the Goodwill Job Connection Centers, that is one of the main things we tell people. If you are fresh out of school, you better have been involved in some activity or volunteered either with the church or, like you said, some free community assistance that's out there. And there's so many events that go on that they just focus something to show experience, because that volunteer is experience on your resume. And not only that, it helps you with networking. And networking is like one of the main ways to get a job, and it's going to help you find someone, maybe find a passion, find someone to talk to about how to get a job as well. So that's so amazing that you said that. And it's also so amazing that your campus has those opportunities for the students who are attending it. And you talked about the website that you can get a job not necessarily just at the South Campus here, but at any of the other campuses or the distance programs. So that way, you know, they see the whole opportunity there. And that's incredible. That's so great. I love that.
And I also want to point out, you know, because of COVID, a lot of positions are remote. So I know like with our online campus, a lot of advisors, they work from home. So you might be thinking, you know, I don't want to leave Sierra Vista, but there are remote opportunities as well. So I would definitely use the filter and search through to see what is out there.
That is incredible because so many people right now are struggling with that because their kids are still at home going to school. They need to be with them and they still want the job. It's great that you guys have a lot of those opportunities. Is there anything else you think they need to know about the U of A?
Really is that higher education is attainable for everyone, and to not let anything discourage you, such as cost or maybe your GPA or credits, or maybe you went to school like, you know, 20 years ago and you didn't do very well. Do know that, you know, we're here to support you. You know, we understand that going back to school is very scary and stressful. And so just know that there are people here that do want to support you on that do want to see you graduate. And so I would say just take the first step and just meet with someone, whether you want to, you know, meet with me or meet with an advisor for more in-depth to talk about programs. Just do that. Just have the conversation. You may not be ready to start, you know, this fall, but that's okay. At least create a plan that, hey, maybe I will go and take, you know, some classes at Cochise College just to get like a refresher, and then I'll be ready to start. So everyone's all at different places in life, and I understand that. And so I just feel like each person needs that individualized attention and conversation as to what's going to work best for them. There is no just blanket statements that I'll give and say this is for everybody and everyone do it, because I'm very realistic. I understand that there is a lot that goes into even deciding to go back to school or just to continue your education. And but yeah, just having a conversation and creating a plan and just feeling confident in that it is doable. And that's why, you know, we're here.
That is awesome. And that is so great that you're here for us. And I love it. Thank you, Aimee, so much for chatting with us today, and enjoy the chips for the rest of the day that you have there. Yay. Thank you and have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.